Well, that was pretty funny. You don't often see that on the freeway or the road, but riding on a motorcycle can potentially be a very dangerous proposition. And many people each year are injured through no fault of their own in motorcycle accidents. Hello, I'm Eli Castranova. I represent people who are injured in motorcycle accidents in Southern California. Every year, I have numerous clients who come into my office and tell me that they were injured in a motorcycle accident, or their family comes in and tells me that their loved one was hurt seriously or killed in a motorcycle accident. Motorcycles present great potential for injury because you're not protected by bumpers. You're not protected by metal or plastic. You're not belted in. You're exposed to whatever happens on the road. Now, this may be another vehicle running into you, or turning left in front of you, or sideswiping you, changing lanes, or driving on the road and running into a pothole that we see all over Southern California, and the motorcycle goes down. In any of these scenarios, the person can become greatly injured. I have a case that I want to tell you about because we feel good about this case. The client came to me 4 years ago. A woman was not paying attention. She was on her cell phone. She made a left turn right in front of my client who was riding a motorcycle. My client was driving as safely as he could. He had his light on. He was paying attention. He wasn't talking on the phone. He was driving within the speed limit. But when this woman turned in front of him, there was nothing he could do to avoid getting broadsided by her. Now, he was thrown into the curb and into a tree and broke his thigh bone in two. The thigh bone, which in medical terms is called the femur, is the strongest bone in the body. It's the longest and the strongest, and it takes tremendous forces to break it. In his case, one of the witnesses in his deposition stated that man screamed more and terribly louder than anybody I've ever heard in my life. It scared me, he said, before he ran over to him and tried to pull the motorcycle off of him. He went to the hospital. He underwent surgery. They put a rod in his leg. He was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and he was in rehab for another month. And after all this, the insurance company for the woman who turned left in front of my client didn't want to pay full value. They said that my client could have avoided the accident, but they gave no grounds for doing that. They just wanted to try to lowball him. Because this client had been in an accident 4 years before this, they wanted to try to show that, oh, maybe he was a careless rider. But this wasn't the case. So we filed suit. We went after them. We took 10 depositions. We wouldn't take their lowball offers. They initially offered $500,000. And we fought this all the way down the line for 4 years. And I'm happy to say we just settled the case for nearly $2 million. This gentleman will never be the same. He will always have a limp. But this kind of money will help to put him on the path to at least recovering financially. And we got him all the treatment that he needed to make sure that he would have the best therapists and the best doctors who would wait until the case was over before they were paid. Another thing, when a client comes to me with this kind of injury from a motorcycle accident, what we do is we don't charge the clients. We wait until the case is settled before we get paid. And we pay up all the upfront costs for the client's case to be litigated. So in this case, I said there were 10 depositions. We also sent the client to doctors. We sent the client to experts, specialists. We also got motorcycle experts involved. All of this costs tens of thousands, if not $100,000, and we don't ask the client for a cent. We don't get paid until the case is over. If an attorney is not willing to send a client to the best doctors available, retain the best experts available, and put their money where their mouth is to litigate the case and get the client the compensation they deserve, you should not be going to that attorney. That's what we do. That's the way to handle these kinds of cases. And we're happy to say that we had another successful recovery.
Hi there. I am an AI avatar reading a real Google review by Lionel Coleman. Mr. Castranova was nothing less than a blessing. Going to court in pain is stressful beyond belief. But not only did he ensure I was comfortable, he did everything in his power to fight for my case. Best attorney around. Hands down. Thanks for your review, Lionel Coleman. It's appreciated.
It went very well with the lawyer. I highly recommend him 100%. All the staff are very friendly and they help you with any questions. Thanks for your review, Luis Enrique Lopez. It's appreciated.
I love the effort and dedication he provides to his clients. I highly recommend anyone that is in any type of personal injury crisis to come here. You will not be disappointed.
I can't say enough good things about Eli. Having worked for numerous attorneys, he is my favorite. He has handled numerous cases for my family, and I from personal injury to medical malpractice. He has over-exceeded our expectations every time.